Greetings, everybody. Today I want to talk about a very important covenant that our father made with the children of Israel back in the days, which is now called Bantu people, okay? Bantu people, children of Israel. Now you know yourself who you are. So now our father made a covenant with you, your forefathers back in the days, and this covenant included the circumcision. There was a whole lot of other things involved, but this particular I want to cover today is the circumcision because I see it done wrong. That's why I want to talk about it and actually make a reference because I see a lot of kings are starting to talk about why am I telling them what to do? Why am I telling them to do? I'm referencing to the Bible, to the scripture. So if they don't believe the scripture, that's their problem. They cannot lead the people with the wrong, down the wrong path. So the scripture is what we're all supposed to be following. If one of them kings is watching this again, before you ask a question, read the scripture and lead the people following the scripture. Talking to you now. So now, today I want to talk about this right here. So this covenant, we first see it in Genesis, it's Leviticus, everywhere else, but I'm just going to cite it in the few places that it's very clear on. He says here, this is my covenant that ye shall keep between me and you. And I won't read everything, but the main important thing that you want to know is 8 days. On the 8th day, I don't know what changed, but now I see people doing it different. I'm going to cover why is it different. Why? I mean, who changed these 8 days? Because it's supposed to be 8 days. Okay, let's read it. So in 8 days, there you see it there, 12. Okay, 8 days. Now here's another one. Leviticus talks about 8th day. On the 8th day, the flesh of the kid, the boy, the baby boy on the 8th day must be circumcised. So clear. Nothing different. Now, this circumcision has been kept by the men, especially the Xhosa people, did keep this circumcision, this covenant, which is very good. So amongst the Bantu group, I see it in Xhosa. I know Tswana is doing it. I know other Bantu people are still keeping it, but Bantu people are supposed to keep this for good. It's a covenant. It's an everlasting covenant because you're supposed to keep it. It's a sign, okay? As you can see in Genesis over there. Now, and the other thing, most important thing, is tied to, now you must remember, maybe let me go back a little bit. You must remember that all the Bantu traditions that people think it's just traditional is things that are in the scripture. You have to always remember that. Whether you read the scripture or not, whatever tradition you are doing is a Bantu tradition. It's something that's a prophecy in the scripture because you Bantu people are also used as an example for other people to actually see, oh, this is what we're supposed to do. Excuse me. This is how things are going to pan out. Look at Revelation 7:9 over there. It's talking about exactly the circumcision thing that you keep doing, the circumcision ritual. You can call it ritual or practice or whatever. But the circumcision thing that you keep doing, that's exactly what Revelation 7:9 is talking about. People are wearing white. Okay, forget the English mistranslation up there. Read the Bantu original scrolls in Bantu. The Bantu saying they were covered, wambo. They were covered in white blankets with amasundu, which is a stick that is bare. So isundu, that's called isundu. So with sticks on their hands, that's a visual representation that I'm putting in there. That picture is showing exactly what the Revelation 7:9 is talking about, where the kids, the boys are coming out of boyhood to manhood after the circumcision school. Okay, I'm trying to make this video not long because my videos be ending up long. So now this is what Revelation is to. So it's talking about what you are currently doing now. It's a picture, a visual image, or an example of how it's gonna be when you come back in Revelation 7. Now, what's gonna happen over there? All the children of Israel, the ones that have been a Sabbatane, that have been, they will be given those to graduate from the boy. We are like boys now, right now. But when we get circumcised, when we move over, we're passing over. See, all of these things are intertwined together. We're passing over, graduating. On that day, we will be given those white robes and amasun and those sticks on it. This is Revelations, people. This is Revelations. It's not something like this is future, okay? So what the Xhosa people are doing now, or the Bantu people, because it's not just Xhosa, it's Bantu people in general. It's just that Xhosa people are very serious about this. So this right here, you can even see it coming out of the 140 covered in white blankets and sticks. Okay, let me not dwell on this too much. So the point of this video is to just fix the problem that the especially the Xhosa people, because they're the ones who are doing it wrong. I'll speak wrong. That's step one. They're skipping completely that 8-day thing. They're skipping it and they're fusing it together with the step two. No. Step one is on the 8th day, you circumcise the baby boy. Okay? 8th day, even anatomically, the boy is still a baby. He will heal it real quick. I mean, we won't have the problems that we're having now. So 8th day, you circumcise the baby. And then when that same baby boy turns 18 years old, 14 to 16 years old, then you do all that circumcision school, to the mountain, 2 to 3 weeks there with that man teaching him, all that. So these two steps have to follow each other just like that. But now the Xhosa people, I don't know why you're doing it wrong. Because now the problem is, if you are skipping that first step, then you're fusing it with so you're fusing it to step two, where at 14, 16 years old, you take that boy, you go and try to circumcise him up on the mountain. There's no qualified surgeon. There's no, I'm talking like, you're talking like a model, say a Western. No. So Nini is very professional. You have to understand that. Look at how the specs were of building his temple. If somebody can put specs and actually be so specific that I want qualified people to build my temple, it must be 60 feet this way, it must be 60 inches this way. He is very professional. He would never allow any man who's not a qualified surgeon to go and circumcise boys in the mountain. He'll never allow that. I don't know who introduced that into the. So you have to understand that on the 8th day, when the baby is still in hospital, wherever the baby is being born, so that he has to be, the doctor will be involved, or whoever else is qualified to cut, to do the surgery. Okay, it has to be a qualified person to do the surgery on that little baby. And that baby is going to heal within few days. Few days, a baby heals. You know how quick the babies heal. So that's the anatomical structure of a baby. He's been, our Creator made it such that he will, on the 8th day, he'll be good. So, and then 14, 16 years old, then he goes to the school where there is the kankata, the man who's going to teach him what to do, teach him how to be the man. The school has nothing to do with surgery. The two separate things. You have to separate those two things. So please, if you are listening to this, you have to tell whoever else is involved in this circumcision practice that these have to be separated. Because look at all these problems that they're picking up. The Xhosa, especially the Xhosa people, are picking up, because now they're having all these two steps: the circumcision, the surgery being performed in the mountain by a non-qualified person, a person who is good at teaching them. He's doing a good job. He's doing a good job at teaching them how to graduate from being boys to men. But he's not a surgeon. Those are two different people roles, two different roles. So look at all these deaths. Now lately they've decided to even at some point to suspend this, because a lot of boys are dying over there. They're dying in that mountain. So you have to just just understand this.